It is Aging Grateful. I am Bobby.
And I am Cedric.
Of course you are.
Yep.
And we are here to tell you
About what we did at our house. We're officially in Puerto Vallarta now.
we're officially in Mexico. We are here.
It is it.
It is done.
No turning back.
Yeah, we're official now. We're temporary residents. We have sold everything
That we've owned pretty
yes.
much. That couldn't fit in some suitcases.
And we are here. So today we are talking about what we did with our house and why. Right?
Yeah. We as most of you probably know if you've been watching our channel, we decided to rent our house out and go with a property management company. We got a lot of questions around, if we were renting it ourselves or managing it ourselves, or going to use a property management company. So we just thought we'd talk a little bit about that, what we did, why we picked a property management company, what the process was like, etc., etc.
All right. So today, what we looked for,
Yeah.
or what makes a good property management company.
Whew.
So I'm a real estate agent. I'm a realtor in Arizona. I am licensed. Still will be working there. Shout out for that. So a property management company. We did use a property management company, and what we look for is, first of all, someone that is open communication. It's important that you have open communication and discuss with them maybe what you're looking for. I recommend that you talk to a couple or a few.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you want to make sure that you are not missing anything when it comes to a property management company.
And it's just like anything else, it's word of mouth, right? So reputable, somebody that's already using a property management company that talk to them and see how they like it.
For us, just to give you some scope of that, we did choose a property management company. Our reasons for choosing this specific property management company, it was a smaller property management company than some of the major large players. One of the things that we liked about this property management company is they allowed us to see all the documents up front. Like, what is the lease that you're going to be using look like? Show us a breakdown of the fees that we are responsible for. And they were very forward with it, provided that information without any problems.
And they allowed us to add what we wanted to as well. We have a feature wall in our living room, and we didn't want anybody hanging anything, putting any holes in that wall because it's a tile wall. So, we were able to go in there and add things that we want. Yeah, specify things that we want in there. And some of the other ones we were looking at, they were, well-known companies, they're big companies, but we kind of felt like a number. We're just another property in their books, and it's like, hey, this is how we do it. And it's just, there was no personality type there when we were talking to them. Like, we got to know this guy.
Yeah. Like, who do you call?
Right.
Is there a specific person if something was to really happen or pop off? Is there a designated person to be reaching out to, or that will be reaching out to you? A lot of major or big property management companies don't have that. It's just you call this number and whoever you speak to is the person. Just make sure you have someone assigned to your property if you are going that route. How much do they charge is a
that's a big one. I know in Arizona the average is about 10%. Everybody that I know that's using property management companies, they're getting charged pretty much about 10% on the nose.
However,
there's always a but.
Real estate agent hat, real estate always ask, is there a discount? Always ask, like, do you have a discount for veterans or first responders or,
First property.
nurses? Hey, first property. Anything like that. Try and see if they are willing to negotiate with you on some type of a discount. Uh, just for breathing. Hey, I just called you. Can I get a discount? I mean, but just see if there's something to be said for having a discount.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we did get a discount on ours for you being a real estate agent.
Yeah, that part.
We got a discount.
Don't recommend. But anyway, and then what you want to know? What does their services include? Right. It's really important to if there's something that you want to know, like if you want them to drive by or actually physically lay eyes on the property, like going in, maybe every 6 months or something like that. Specify that.
Or at least inquire about it.
Inquire about it. Does that include if there's any maintenance that needs to be done beforehand? Um, how does that work? When are you supposed to get over the keys? Does that include any kind of home handyman services if something does break down? You want to know how they respond to you if there's an issue. So those are things that you want to know what's included in this management service. You want to make sure that's key.
Yeah, and what's their response time? And what are they expecting the response time? Like if they reach out to you, how long do you get to make some decision on what needs to happen?
Yeah, something major pops off. How much time do I get to really sit down and think about where the money's coming from, or what we need to do, whether we will hire somebody or you will hire somebody yourself to get it done, or somebody that they recommend. So yes, just to make sure of those things.
Yep. And that kind of goes into some advantages and disadvantages that we had.
If you're
talk
thinking,
about that. If you're
like,
thinking about,
if you're on the fence.
Yeah, if you're on the fence.
Because we tossed around short term versus long term versus selling. I mean, we ran the gauntlet of trying to figure it out, and this is what worked best for us.
Yep. And we'll start with the disadvantages. The first one being cost, of course. Everybody wants to save money.
Pinch of pennies. Yeah, everybody wants to save money. So cost. So, I mean, you're going to pay money for somebody to manage your property. I mean, let's just be clear. The thing is that it's them managing the property instead of you.
So it's almost a time versus money thing, right?
Yes. So, but yes, to the disadvantage, it could be seen that cost could be a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Another disadvantage is you don't get to control everything. You do not get.
For all you control freaks out there.
Why you?
I'm just
Look at
saying.
me. Oh.
She's definitely not a control freak. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You're not a control freak?
Yeah, I'm not a control.
As my voice got high, it didn't get high on purpose. You know how people normally voice get high when they be lying?
Anyway, yeah, so you do actually lose control. I mean, there's not a lot because you're not in the day-to-day. The property management company is in the day-to-day. Yes, you will be alerted to certain things and they are asking you how to handle it, but they're the ones running the credit. They're the ones collecting the documents from the potential tenant. They're the ones who are interviewing these people and having the first physical face-to-face with tenants. And if you are not in the state or in the country even, you don't even get to lay eyes on these people yourself either. So there's a bit of trust. So I don't, that could be considered a disadvantage or an advantage depending upon
your perspective.
Yeah.
Your perspective.
Absolutely. An advantage to me is peace of mind of not being called potentially in the middle of the night if something pops off. That call is made to the property management company.
Yes.
Right? So, maybe some things that they are unaware of when they first move in that they may have to figure out how to use or something like that. That's where the property manager is getting involved. So I mean, that's the peace of mind of knowing that you necessarily don't have to be in control of everything.
Yeah, and the one thing that we did, that just jogged my memory is with our property management company, they asked us to basically do a cheat sheet of everything in the house that we can think about, which they can relay to the tenant if they get those calls. Like there's a certain way to turn on certain lights, and there's certain way to lock the door. Like our back door is a weird way to lock our back door. There's all those little things that's nuances of your houses that you kind of take, you don't even think about. But if somebody else was new moving in there, it may take them a while to figure out, or they may be confused about some things. So the more things that we had a big, I was like, oh, it's not too much, and then as we started going through the house and day to day, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Oh yeah, like 3 days later, I'm like, oh yeah, and to do this, you got to do this, so.
And it's important that you specify those things. Just a tip, because this is something that we thought about at the last minute, which is included in the lease, which if you choose to add it, we left a lot of things in our backyard. To set the atmosphere for the backyard.
The patio furniture. The barbecue grills and all that.
Fryers. We left things in the backyard. If something was to happen to those specific items, we put in there that they are just items that came with the property. That does not mean we're going to repair or replace any of those items, because those are just extra items for your enjoyment. If they break down, which we know they work before we left.
Right.
If they happen to break down, we're not replacing.
Yes, so, and that's a good tip. Yeah, if you're leaving anything in the house like that or outside of the house, that may be something you want to specify in your lease. If you talk to your property management company, say, hey, these things here, they're just kind of freebies. They're extras, but we're not going to be responsible for repairing them or replacing them or anything like that. So we don't want to get those phone calls about my barbecue grill is not working.
Absolutely. Or a TV is not working.
Or a TV is not working
TV's
outside.
Not
So,
yeah. So then another thing is, and this is something to be negotiated, but maintenance could be at the mercy of the
and this is advantage or disadvantage depending on the person.
Right. If you happen to have a person that you utilize as a handyman, or some people that actually do work in the service industry for you, and you get those phone calls from the property management company stating XYZ needs to be fixed, and you're saying, go ahead, property management company, use your people, just give me the bill or whatever the case may be. Keep in mind that you don't know if you're getting a good deal on that, or if it's more expensive. If you had to hire somebody else, it could have been cheaper. So sometimes you could be at the mercy.
Yeah, that's proper. And some of that is, like I said, it depends on how you look at it. Because, for example, I think we have a dollar amount that, as long as it's under this certain dollar amount, don't even call us, right? Just fix it, and there's like an escrow account, and then we'll furnish that account, or they can take that from the next month's rent. They can take that to replenish that account.
Yes.
So but one disadvantage is like you were saying, if you have a handyman or somebody that's been working on your house for a long time, the property management company may not use them. They may not want to use them. They may be licensed to use certain people that that they've been using forever or whatever. So, ask because that may be a deciding factor, right? If you got Larry working on your house and you want Larry working on your house, and the property management company says no, then you may have to go with a different property management company, or
Larry?
Manage yourself. Everybody got a Larry that works on it.
Okay. Do you have a Larry?
No, I don't have a Larry.
Oh, okay, exactly.
I am Larry at the
Yes,
house.
you're Larry. Larry, absolutely. So some of the things that we want to touch on too is, my husband called them hacks, tips, I think, to help to cover property management. I said property management costs. if you do decide to go down that road of for long term. One of the things that we talked about was
Yeah, we did kind of a short YouTube video of it. But all right, so one of the things that that we talked about is some of the hacks, right? So, and I call them hacks because they're ways that you can utilize the money that you were already spending to pay for the property management. Like, for example, the internet, right? So we're paying $150 just for our internet in Arizona.
$50, y'all. Go
Just
ahead.
not cable, not just the internet. Cox Communication. It was $150.
He bust them out, y'all.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
$150 because they want to get you for the unlimited data.
Yes, and we need it unlimited.
Yeah. So things like that. So you got that, right? So you're not gonna have with a long-term tenant in there, you're not gonna have that expense anymore on that house. You're not gonna have your electric, whatever your electric bill is a month. So if you're $200-300 a month, it's usually average. You're not gonna have your water bill, which is water, trash, or whatever. So all those costs can help pay for that property management company
offset it,
or
or
offset
whatever
it.
it is.
I would hope it's not more than those, but
Those
it can be,
items. But
depending on where you are.
But yeah, a couple of utility bills could replace
Should
that.
replace that in most cases.
Would be able to cover the cost of the
Property manager. You just own this project management today, huh?
Property management company, absolutely. So that's just a little tip. So you're going to be trading probably one for the other, but it's not. It doesn't have to be an additional expense.
Right, there you go.
Is what I mean.
Right.
It would just be something to replace.
Yeah.
And kudos to you if it's less than what your utilities are. So
Yeah.
Kudos to you guys.
Yeah.
And then we wanted to talk about our experience using a property management company. We actually are just in the beginning stages of working with this property management company. We left Mother's Day.
Yeah.
May
13th?
14th. May 14th.
14th.
And then the Thursday after, so this past Thursday, because now you guys are watching this and this is May 21st.
I don't know, it's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Look at your calendars.
It is May 21st. So Thursday was when we actually had a tenant sign a lease. So it has been 1 week we have been here officially.
Yes.
Yes, officially 1 week. So from that time until Thursday is when we received a lease. The property management company was in constant communication with us, letting us know the people that were applying, what their background was, their story, sharing with us really critical information. But the ultimate decision was ours.
Yeah, and they did weigh in based off of their experience.
Right.
They're like, hey, we think this about this. We think this about this applicant. We think this based off my experience with this applicant. This may be a better fit. But
Ultimately,
at the end of the day, it's who you want to go with. It's who talking about us. It's who we wanted to go with on that. So
another thing too is, so we pushed a little bit of the envelope as far as what we want to put the house on the market for. So you again,
in the
you're
driver's seat.
one in the driver's seat. You are the owner. This is your house. Now I'm not saying be ridiculous with price points. So make sure that you do your research. So as a real estate agent, I'm always looking at market reports, market trends, the status of what you can get on the market for your property. The property management company will be able to do that for you. So please ask that information. What do you think that we could get for this property? But also take into consideration that there may be some variables. For us, the area that we were in, we probably wouldn't have gotten what we got for our rental property, but for the fact that there are some things like our backyard is a semi-custom home build. There's some nice touches that we have done to the property that in my opinion, warranted for us to be able to put it on the market for the price point that it
Yeah,
was.
because basically what it was is pretty much all the houses in our neighborhood, even the property management company's person was saying, "Hey, I look even past couple of years, and this amount is the most that's ever rented in this neighborhood. However, I've seen your house, and I know your house can command more money, but we still might want to only go to this certain amount." But what happened was when we did our little yard sale, and everybody was walking through the house and asking us, what was going on and how much we were going to rent it for. And we told them, they were like, "That's all you're going to rent it for?" So I was like, okay, well then maybe we need to push the envelope on this. And he even mentioned that, the problem wasn't going to be renting the house. The problem was going to be getting somebody to the house because we live way out in the middle of nowhere, right? So it's one of those things where if somebody sees it, they're definitely going to rent it, but they have to want to drive out there to see it, right? So it was one of those things. But we kind of stuck to our guns, and we went with the high price point, which was a lot higher than everything else in the neighborhood that's been sitting.
I won't say a lot higher.
It was about $400 or $500 higher.
Yeah, anyway.
And
so we stuck to our guns, right?
And we got it rented in about a week.
Not even.
Not even a week.
Not even. But so just saying, once they give you the information, if you feel like you could go a little bit higher or lower, depending upon what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Now, let's not be greedy.
Right.
Let's not be greedy, but kind of know what's going on. Do what you need to do.
And you got to be honest with yourself, because everybody think their house is the best since sliced bread. So
You think yours is the best?
yeah.
I know you did. I know you did.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, you have to be honest with yourself. I mean, if you got some ridiculous price because you're trying to make money, and you have to be realistic with that.
Right.
Because we even had the understanding that, he was even like, you know what? If it goes for a few weeks or whatever, and I'm not getting any showings or any traffic,
which is totally fine, because that's exactly what I tell my clients as well.
Right.
When we're buying and selling.
Right.
Guys,
You have
say
to
the
go ahead
exact
and drop
same
the
thing.
price, and we're like, okay,
We're
well,
going to revisit this.
right. There you go.
If we do not, in the first week or two, get the activity that I feel that we should be getting, we need to go ahead and discuss a price adjustment. And that's basically what he was saying as well, which was fine.
Yeah.
But we were also telling everybody we knew that that's what but anyway.
One surprising thing is that we turned over the keys after we got the house cleaned, with the expectation that we had some things that need to be done, like touch up paint,
yeah.
the holes in the walls.
We don't have holes.
Not holes from nails,
Yes,
from
the nails
hanging
in the
pictures
wall.
and stuff.
Yes.
Not holes.
And not punching holes in the wall. Not my walls.
Holes with nails and stuff. Just the normal things like that.
He was trying to sell everything, even the stuff on the walls, and I was like, wait. And he was letting them go, and so that meant we had holes from nails.
Right.
In the walls.
So, we were thinking, honestly, that, they would do the repairs. And this is one of the things that with this company, they would do everything, right? One-stop shop. They would get the house rent ready. They would do all the paint. They bring in their own painters. They bring in, their own handyman to do everything. So what was kind of shocking to us is, realistically, we thought, okay, we hand the keys over, May 10th or 11th or something like that. And they would get the house ready. Then, probably first week of June,
They'll take
pictures and all that stuff. No, they took pictures right after we got it clean.
Yep.
Put it out there.
Yep.
And started showing the property.
But with the caveat of saying this, okay, and you see there's little touch-ups here, the nails that have the holes, we're gonna go ahead and patch those up and paint those. And so they did that before there was those little things or items were done and completed.
Right.
Your property management company may not do that, but if they do and you choose to use them, it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out. And I thought about it, because I thought when we rent the place here, it was the same thing. It was like, okay, here's the place. And we were walking through, there's like, oh, we're going to fix this before you move in. We're going to fix that before you move in. So it was kind of the same thing. So after I thought about it, I said, oh, it's kind of the same thing that happened here. So
So
just
if
something to
that
think
is-
about.
Yeah, if that's the way they do business, then that's that, and you're
Yeah.
okay with that, then
Yeah.
that's
So
that's
I guess
good.
what I was trying to get at is you don't necessarily have to have your house perfect. If you know,
If they state that.
if they state that, if you want to try to go ahead and get it out there, but you know, that's that.
Awesome. So, yep, that's our process right now. Our tenants, I guess, are going to be moving in shortly. They have not done so yet. But yeah, we're here. We're going to have more videos now that we are
Getting
permanently
settled
here.
in, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting settled.
We need to do a live too.
Yes, live. That's upcoming. But guys, you know, if you like this information and this content and us rambling like crazy, do us a favor and hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment. We would love to hear from you guys. We're it's getting real on this piece and this journey.
Yeah, it is.
You know, we are in this next phase of our retirement planning. So we'll be sharing more about that too, and how, you know, we're building our you know, our investments and our savings towards retirement. So we'll be sharing more about that. We just needed to get this foundation underway of getting rid of some debt, getting some type of residual income from renting our place. Yeah, so we'll be talking more about this. We are in our place that we are going to be here for a while. I know many of you know that we were in another place, which is actually literally around the corner.
Yeah.
But we definitely needed the AC, right? We needed AC, and we found that open air living is beautiful.
In the high season.
In the high season. Absolutely.
Not the hot season.
Not the hot.
The high season.
Or humid season, not the humid season. So, yeah, we are right now sitting in what's supposed to be our daughter's bedroom, and looking at the beautiful view behind us. So, from her bedroom, and we're jealous about that. So we thought we'd film up here. And so, yeah. Other than that, you got anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, guys.
See you next time.
See you in the next video. Much love to you guys. Peace.